Hey everybody, it's Leebo with Leebo's Pinball, and we are working on this Star Trek. This is part 3, and we're going to focus a little more on the cabinet. Today we're going to pull these rails off and get them scrubbed down, and might do a couple other little things, just kind of clean up a little bit of area in here. But we'll also pull the clamps off here. Everything here should be pretty solid. We still got to focus on that back box and get that blue paint just looking a little better. I'm probably not going to be an exact match, and you got to realize that there's other weathering throughout the whole cabinet, but we just want it to look clean and kind of neatened up. So let's get rolling. All right, so the first thing we got is right here, there's actually a bolt that goes through here. I'm gonna take this out. And then after that, we've got all of these little nails to go pull out. By the way, we're going to replace these flipper buttons too. They're working fine. They seem to be moving okay. They're probably not really too awful bad, but honestly, they were cheap, and there's dirt and crap that's inside of it. It just looks bad. So, all right, let's go ahead and keep on moving and getting all this out. The rails are off, and I went ahead and kind of cleaned this channel, just the inside of it mostly. And one other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this this metal piece off here in the back, kind of clean and polish that out. But one thing I was thinking about when I was repairing this back end, and I still haven't pulled those clamps off, now that we've got the actual rail off, which kind of hugs over this top part through here, this is all hidden here. Now I know I've got this one screw I added in, and you can see it, although you don't really see it when the head's on. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more screws right here just to give it even more strength. This will help not only just make it just generally stronger, but anytime that the head is pushed this way, this is going to add more strength. You know, gluing it on the back and adding the screw is going to help it if someone pushes it this way, but if it got pushed that way, it's going to strengthen it up. So I'm going to add those now on both sides. So we got the rails polished up and back in place. Got the new buttons in. Even kind of tweak these buttons a little bit. Man, I tell you, they feel good. I know we don't have the game up and running yet, but this feels right. So we will see once we get it all put back together, and we'll tweak it. But all right, so we got them kind of polished and scrubbed out, looking good. So now let's go ahead and take the clamps off the back here. Just kind of check it out, make sure everything's good. And that one's on tight. Woo. All right, get this other one. And let's just see how this is holding up good now. Make sure this is not moving at all. I'll tell you what, this is rock solid. Wow. Okay, I am very pleased with how that turned out. By the way, I put in a couple other screws right here too, because that helped to tie this whole upper piece down here to the lower one. And oh, by the way, yeah, I also polished this one out. So folks, it's coming along quite well. We still have the back box. I'm kind of dreading it a little bit. But that blue paint, I need to clean that up, make it look better. So off to it. All right, so we've got the back box out here, getting ready to give it a little prep work here before we try to take care of this paint. So a lot of times on cabinets that I've redone. I like to use the Pinball Pimp stencils, and I will completely redo the entire artwork. You know, sand the whole cabinet down, the head down, everything's gone, right? Fix all the wood defects, and using their stencils, you can, you know, get the whole pattern, all the artwork back, you know, paint it, make it look really just like it was, like when it was brand new. So what we're gonna do on this one is not that, but what we are gonna do is I'm gonna actually sand a lot of this down and try to fix some of the defects, you know, just a little bit. But I've got some paint that's gonna match almost perfect. I took the whole head actually into the paint store, and I had them color match it exactly to this. And I know what's underneath here used to be that color. Even if you look over here, you can see where it was that blue, just like that. So we're gonna prep this, and oh, also I'm used to usually spraying either with, you know, an LP gun, or rattle cans in some cases. But in this case, we're actually gonna just brush it on. I think it'll turn out fine. The paint I got's really good. It should brush on nicely. So here we go. Okay, I got it prepped here mostly. It's time to go ahead and start brushing on the paint. And there areas like down in here, I didn't get completely down to the wood, but I did sand it, and it is actually really pretty smooth. So I think it's good enough. But let's go ahead and get this. I think it may only take one coat of paint, but we'll see. It might take two. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it painted, and we'll see how it looks. All right, so we got the first coat on here. It's definitely going to need another coat. There's some spots where, you know, it's still kind of showing through a little bit from underneath, but it's covering actually really pretty well. And this is a semi-gloss, although it is looking certainly more matte or almost a little bit satinish, which is good because it's close to, you know, what the sides of the cabinet are looking like. But anyways, yeah, it's a little bit lighter. It's still drying. It might darken up just a touch more, which wouldn't hurt my feelings, but it's actually it's really looking good. So anyways, one other thing I wanted to mention, I got t-shirts now. It's kind of a crazy thing. So if you like what you see and you want to support the channel a little bit, it just supports, you know, people wanting to watch my stuff. It's great if you want to pick up a t-shirt. If you check out my channel and go to the homepage of my channel, you'll see a link there. I'll also go ahead and throw a link down in the description. But I wanted to mention another thing. If you look at the back side, it says, "And that's why I hate pinball." Here's another version of the shirt. Here's a red version. "And that's why I hate pinball." And people, "You hate pinball?" I don't hate pinball, but I tell you what, it's a phrase that gets said around the house all the time, right when people are playing one of the 8 games that I have, and we got a ball drains right down the middle. That's why I hate pinball, and it makes for really funny, good conversation. I've had this out at a show earlier, and people were like, "What?" And it was a fun thing. So that's all we got for today. We'll see you next time when we do another coat of paint and just see how it looks, and we'll throw this head back on the cabinet. We'll see you next time.